It was a day that started with promise and ended in panic. On July 24th at Colonial Downs, a maiden turf sprint turned into a nightmare when jockey Tyler Connor went down hard after a shocking mid-race maneuver by Francisco Arrieta. The fallout? A 15-day suspension for Arrieta, a sidelined Connor with a spinal injury, and a shaken racing community now demanding accountability and answers. Tyler Connor, a 31-year-old veteran with over 1,200 wins to his name, was piloting a 3-year-old gelding. Name stands it through the turn and looking poised to make a serious move. Riding the rail with precision, Connor began advancing in tight quarters. But before he could angle out, Montador, under Francisco Arrieta, abruptly veered into his path. The result, catastrophic. Stanzer clipped heels, stumbled violently, and crumpled to the turf. Connor was flung forward in a terrifying somersault. In his sickening moment caught live, but quickly scrubbed from race replay sites, Connor hit the ground with bone-jarring impact. Stewards halted the race card for the rest of the day, a decision rarely made and only reserved for the most serious of events. While Montador initially crossed the wire first, the stewards wasted no time in disqualifying him, placing him last. In the final order of finish, the post-race report described Arrieta's actions as extremely careless, and his 15-day suspension will be served from August 2nd to August 16th. But many fans and insiders are wondering, is 15 days truly enough? Tyler Connor didn't just suffer a few bruises, his injuries are nothing short of life-altering. Diagnosed with a Jefferson fracture of the C1 vertebra, the very top of the spinal column beneath the skull, Connor is lucky to be alive, let alone walking. His girlfriend, Lucy Hellscreen, named Lucy Connor on X, formerly Twitter, gave the first update on social media the night of the fall. Thank you to everyone that has reached out. One thing is for sure, Tyler is very much loved. Right now, he has a Jefferson fracture of C1 and a central cord injury. The doctor is optimistic that the swelling around his spinal cord will come down. A Jefferson fracture can be fatal or cause permanent paralysis. Yet, against the odds, Connor is already defying expectations. The next day, Lucy posted this hopeful update. Tyler did some walking with assistance today and is getting the use of both arms back slowly. Like everything else he does, he is all in and trying so incredibly hard. Paula Bacon, a former jockey and Connor's agent, shared the latest from the ICU at Virginia Commonwealth University Medical Center. The lower part of his body is responding better than the upper part. His arms and hands are waking up a little slower than his legs did. All things considered, he is doing pretty well, and they expect him to fully recover. They just don't know how long it's going to take. His attitude is amazing. He's really in great spirits and thinking completely positively. Before the accident, Tyler Connor was riding a wave of momentum. Just days earlier, on July 19th, he piloted fierce and strong to victory in the $100,000 Wolf Hill Stakes at Monmouth Park in New Jersey, a signature win that was meant to mark the next chapter in his rising career. Over his career, Connor has amassed 1,271 victories from 7,997 starts, totaling $29.2 million in earnings. He's won 17 black-type stakes, including for graded stakes, and is widely respected for his clean, strategic riding style. He's also known for his composure and work ethic, traits that will be crucial in the grueling months of rehabilitation ahead. Francisco Arrieta is no novice. Since debuting in the US in 2012, the 35-year-old jockey has collected 1,061 wins, including 43 stakes races and 3 graded victories, totaling $42.2 million in earnings. But that experience is exactly why many in the racing community are shocked by his July 24th decision. It wasn't just a bad ride, it was reckless, said a trainer at Colonial Downs, speaking anonymously. There's no excuse for shutting off a rider like that, especially in a turf sprint where everything's tight. He put another rider's life at risk. Others argue the punishment doesn't fit the infraction, a 15-day suspension for a move Labeled extremely careless seems like a slap on the wrist, especially given the potential for permanent spinal injury. Horse racing, like any high-speed sport, carries risks, but when preventable mistakes endanger lives, the calls for accountability grow louder within hours of the incident. The July 24th race video was pulled from major replay platforms. Was this standard protocol or an attempt to bury a traumatic moment? Racing fans flooded social media asking why the footage vanished, accusing racing authorities of sanitizing the sport's darker moments. While some argue that it's done to protect Conor and his family, others believe the transparency owed to fans and bettors demands full visibility. Even when it's uncomfortable, one user posted, "If a football player suffers a concussion, it's shown over and over. Why do stewards remove replays of serious accidents? We deserve to know what happened." From trainers to fans, fellow jockeys to former competitors, the support for Conor has been overwhelming. Monmouth Park dedicated a race in his honor on July 27th. Riders across the country have taken to social media to post messages with the hashtag Team Tyler, and GoFund campaigns are already in motion to assist with Conor's medical expenses and long-term therapy. One anonymous donor wrote, "Tyler rode my horse last year. One of the nicest guys in the paddock. He remembered my daughter's name. We're all praying for a full recovery." While Arrieta will return to riding in mid-August, the road ahead for Conor is still uncertain. Best case scenario, a full recovery with months of physical therapy. Worst case, long-term complications that could limit his strength and coordination. Critical tools in any jockey's arsenal. If there's any silver lining, it's that early signs point to progress. Conor's resilience, backed by a medical team, his family, and the racing world, could help him mount a comeback story for the ages. As for Arrieta, the incident may be behind him on the calendar, but reputational scars in the horse racing community linger longer than the steward's rulings. Trainers may think twice, fellow jockeys will remember, and fans won't forget. This wasn't just a racing accident. It was a moment that shook the very foundation of sportsmanship and safety in horse racing. Tyler Conor could have lost his life. Instead, he's fighting, step by painful step, to reclaim it. The question the sport must now ask is simple: how many more close calls before true reform? Until then, we stand with Tyler. Follow Prince Green. For more breaking racing coverage, emotional athlete stories, and news you won't find anywhere else, subscribe now.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless. A sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be